Late Night Health continues. Our guest is Dr. Mike Smith. He's a senior health scientist for Fort Lauderdale, Florida-based Life Extension. And Dr. Mike will be coming back on the show on a regular basis as we talk about different diseases and issues that we have here in the U.S. and really throughout the world, and offer some ideas. So we're looking forward to that. In our remaining couple of moments, I wanted to talk about a few things. Non-fat diets, and you mentioned that there have been studies starting in the 50s all the way through the 70s that indicated we shouldn't eat fat, and then all of a sudden, now in the 21st century, we go, whoops, we made a mistake.
Well, we're starting to say that, right? There's still some cardiologists out there that believe in the low-fat craze and the research that came out. I can explain it real simple. What happened when you eat a lot of saturated fat, it is true that the LDL cholesterol can go up. And that's what was concerning everybody. But we've learned something about LDL cholesterol. There are many different types of bad cholesterol. Some of the types of bad cholesterol are not atherogenic, clot-causing. Other forms are. It turns out that saturated fat from your diet increases the type of LDL that does not clog arteries. It's a larger, buoyant LDL molecule. Guess which one actually raises the LDL that causes clot? Sugar.
Yeah.
It's sugar that raises the worst form of LDL cholesterol. So there is a cholesterol effect from saturated fats in your diet, but it's not really increasing your risk of cardiovascular disease. That's sugar's job.
And with sugar, of course, it's as addictive, or can be as addictive, as heroin.
Oh no, there's no doubt. I've seen the studies where you look at a normal brain, we're doing brain scans, right?
Yeah.
You do a brain scan on somebody on like a stimulant, like cocaine or something, and then you look at sugar, and the same brain areas light up as the cocaine person. It's the same thing. The same brain centers are being activated.
What about statin drugs to lower cholesterol and things like that? What's your take on that?
Well, listen, here's my personal opinion. Again, I think statins are way overprescribed. Most people, not everybody, but most people can manage cholesterol by getting the sugar out of the way, eating more fresh foods, that kind of exercise stuff. Then if you can't, I think you should first try some natural ways to lower cholesterol before you go to the statin. Because here's the problem with the statins: they're too powerful. And they're knocking out cholesterol too low, and that's not good. And that's why you're seeing an increased risk of, say, dementias with people on statin medications. Your brain needs cholesterol. Those brain cells need it to communicate, to keep their structure, their cell membranes, the myelin sheaths, all those things you've learned in biology. Cholesterol plays an important role in the brain with those things, and statins just knock it out. I mean,
and they also affect the liver, don't they?
Well, yeah, absolutely. You've got to follow your liver enzymes. They can also affect your muscles. Now, we also have learned that a lot of the liver side effects and the muscle side effects that people experience with statins was because it also knocks out your CoQ10 levels. You were telling me you take CoQ10,
I
right?
do.
Yeah, so if you're going to take a statin, please take a supplement of CoQ10 with that, at least 100 milligrams a day, and so maybe you can avoid those side effects. But boy, if you have a cardiologist that is, knocking your cholesterol down to the point where you can barely measure it, which some of them do, I think that's dangerous. You need cholesterol for a lot of different functions.
I went to interviewed a cardiologist a number of years ago, before Late Night Health. And he wanted to put statin in drinking water because he thought it helped people so much.
Yeah, what we should be doing is having people drink more water and less sugar water. That would help more.
There's no doubt in my mind. Exactly. What about energy drinks? Real quick.
Well, again, it depends on what, most of the brands out there, they have sugar and they have caffeine. They throw in a little bit of B vitamins. They throw a little bit of an amino acid called taurine, so they can say they got some nutrients, but they're at such low levels. You're just getting a hit of caffeine and sugar. Life extension, we are going to try to develop a healthy energy drink that truly is giving you optimal levels of energizing nutrients. So we're working on that. But right now, most of those on the market I wouldn't touch.
Gotcha. Dr. Mike Smith has been our guest, Senior Health Scientist for Life Extension. He'll be back probably next month here on Late Night Health. And we'll have a link to his website. It's lifeextension.com. Lifeextension.com. We'll also have an article and a picture and all that at latenighthealth.com. Well, that wraps up this edition of Late Night Health. Daryl, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
And as I say to you every week, have a good week, have a great week. Most importantly, have a healthy week. We'll see you next time, everybody.
The latest from the greatest, the best in new music by classic rockers, with your host, the insane Daryl Wayne.
This is Alice Cooper, and if Daryl Wayne is insane, what does that make me? Criminally insane. Stick around to find out.
It is the latest from the greatest. We've had some really good conversations over the 5 years that this program has been going on with some great rock artists and some people from behind the scenes, authors and otherwise producers. Some of those have been captured on the latest for the greatest Volume 1. It's available on Amazon, or if you go to blackstoneaudio.com, blackstoneaudio.com or Amazon, search for Daryl Wayne, Darrell Wayne.
I'm the Reverend Al Green, and I said Wayne insane.
You've been listening to Late Night Health with Mark Alyn. Join us again next week.